Alrighty, homies and homettes, welcome back to a brand new YouTube video on the channel. We're out here at Hoppers Crossing today. I'm rocking the Royalty tee, dude. I'm actually loving this more and more every day. So if you haven't picked one up yet, link in the description, buy the merch. But today's an important video, so stick around, watch the whole thing if you want to learn something awesome, okay? So in today's video, we're going to be learning how to catch our tricks. You guys absolutely love the tutorial on the box jump, how to clear the box jump and stuff. So I thought I'd take it a step further and teach you guys how to catch your tricks. So that's going to be today's video. We're going to take it step by step, and I promise you guys you're going to learn something informative. So don't skip ahead, don't leave the video, smash the thumbs up, drop a comment on more tutorials you want to see, and let's get into it. Okay, real quick, we'll get straight into it. We're gonna be going over real quick, what does catching a trick look like? All right, let's go do a tail whip and catch it. Ready? See that? We'll do one more. We'll do it fly out of here. Ready? Up, catch, back down. All right, so that's what I mean by catching our tricks. It is very, very important that we learn to catch our tricks, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pick a trick to catch. Now, the very first trick I think you guys should learn to catch is a no footer, okay? Because it's gonna lead into the tail whip, then we'll do the bar spin next. So if you can already do tail whips, start with the tail whip. If you can't catch anything, we're gonna start with the no footer, all right? Let's go. So the very first thing we're gonna do and have to do is figure out which foot we're gonna catch with, okay? So some people are gonna be front foot, some people are gonna be back foot. Majority of people are back foot. It's very rare to have front foot catches, but nonetheless, if you are one, it works the same, just in the opposite, all right? So I'm a back foot catcher, so I'll use the tail whip as an example. I pass from my front foot on my left over to my right and catch in my right on my toes like this. So I go catch, down, just like that, all right? Now, we're gonna start with the no footer because I think that's the easiest thing ever. So a lot of you guys can probably already no footer, but can you catch it like this? So we're gonna go no footer. Did you notice there how I put my back foot on first and then my front foot? So that's catching a no footer. So the first thing you're gonna do right now is you're gonna go outside and you're gonna figure out which foot you're gonna catch with. Okay, moving on to the most important thing. After you've learned and figured out which foot you're gonna catch with, there's actually two methods, all right? And I bet you guys that can't catch your tricks are doing this one. This is called the snap leg together, like the snap leg method pretty much is what I'm gonna call it, right? It's where we snap our heels together or we keep our feet together in the air to land 2 feet at the same time. Now, a lot of you guys are probably doing this on your tail whips, on your bar spins, where the deck hits the ground at the same time as your feet. But that's not what we want, is it? We want to be able to catch it. So I'm going to demonstrate both. I'm going to demonstrate this right now, and let me know down in the comments if this is happening to you. Some of you are probably landing a little something like this at the exact same time. Did you see that? So my deck lands and my feet at the same time, which is not what we want, dude. We need to be able to catch it. Same on a tail whip. I'm gonna demonstrate a tail whip with this method as well, where you keep your feet together. So you're going like this, yeah? Did you see that? Hopefully that's clear, where you're keeping 2 feet together because you've been told to snap your feet together. Now, while that is correct as a beginner, what we have to do now as we advance is we have to do something called the split leg method, where we open our legs up as far as we can to enable the catch, all right? Okay, so let's keep this next step nice and simple, okay? So you're gonna be doing the opposite to what you've been doing, okay? So I know that's a little weird because a lot of you are gonna flick your tail whip. Some of you are gonna be flicking it off your front foot, some of you are gonna be flicking it off your back foot, and some of you are gonna be using your arms. Okay, now to be able to catch a trick, you have to be able to pass it. It doesn't matter if it's back foot or front foot. I prefer front foot. You need to be able to pass it 1 foot to the other or 1 foot to the same foot to be able to catch it. So if you're doing back foot, I'm gonna demonstrate now what that'll look like. And if you're doing front foot, I'm going to demonstrate what that'll look like. The reason I'm using the tail whip is once you've learnt the no footer part and you can catch your no footer, the tail whip's pretty much the next thing into catching every single trick. So if you can catch a tail whip, you can catch a buttercup, you can catch a bri, so on and so forth, okay? So we're gonna learn to split our legs apart, which is the most important part. Then after that, we're gonna learn to apply pressure to the foot that is catching it, all right? So let's get into it. Okay, I am gonna demonstrate the no footer catch like I did before, but we're gonna take take it in baby steps if you're learning that. And if you're learning the tail whip catch, same rules apply, but with the tail whip, which we'll do after. So starting off, we're gonna do a no footer and we're gonna split our legs apart, all right? Because splitting our legs apart is the main thing. This is why I teach the no footer before I teach the tail whip. So we need to be able to split our legs as far apart as possible. You don't need to be overly excessive like this, but I reckon just shoulder width is nice, just like that. So we'll go a shoulder width, so we'll go shoulder width, bring it in and catch it like that, okay? So how do we do that though? That brings us into the next step of applying pressure to our back or front foot. So we're gonna split our legs apart and we're gonna keep our eye on the deck, right in the middle. I'm gonna watch my belt right there, okay? I'm gonna go in, and as I bring my legs back in, just with my catching foot, I'm gonna bring it over the deck like this, and I'm gonna suction cup. It's called the suction cup method. Ready? So we're gonna go again, no footer, bring it in, suction cup up onto that heel or the ball of the toe. Either one doesn't matter, you can catch heel or toe. Now we're going to demonstrate that with the tail whip. So we're going to flick off our front foot, we're going to have our legs spread the whole way and the scooter's going to stay in the center. We're going to be watching the belt again, so we're going to tail whip out, suction cup. Ready? Watching down, out, suction cup, straight up into the ball of my toe this time. Because the scooter's moving away from me, I want to bring it up into my toe, okay? Now, as you get more advanced at this, you don't have to do the suction cup thing as much anymore. You can start to go out and grab. This is what I call like the reach and grab, okay? So now I'm gonna flick my tail whip out there and I'm gonna go get it, right? I'm gonna go get it with my front foot and I'm actually gonna bring it back in. So I'm gonna be watching my belt, still flick it out, grab with my toe and bring it back in. Ready? You'll see this. So we're gonna go out, grab, bring back in, just like that. All right, I'm gonna do another one out of here just to demonstrate. Out, grab, back in. All right, so that's a nice tail whip catch. Now this works with trip whips, double whips, whatever you want, okay? Doesn't matter if it's a bri, the same thing works the bri. You watch it, suction cup, straight back in, all right? Make this more simple for you guys and to break it down when you're learning this process, right? I would start to learn, let's just use the tail whip for example, or even the no footer. I would start to learn to stop snapping your feet together, okay? So what you're gonna start doing is learning to flick and at least get the scooter here, all right? Now, if you've got split legs like this, if you can get the scooter there with split legs, the next thing you're gonna do is flick it and go and bring your right or left leg, whichever one it is, out to the scooter, all right? Then after that, you're gonna start flicking, suction coming in and quickly snapping it down to 1 foot. Now, to catch a trick, you only need to be off the ground like this much. I can catch it at any height I want, but an official catch is probably 4 centimeters off the ground like that, and you've got an official catch there, right? Hey, here's the last part. The last part is important, and then I'm gonna demonstrate a couple using the back foot and the front foot as well, just to all round the video, okay? Just to help you out. But the next step is, after you catch, how do you get that good steeze on the front foot? So you'll see a lot of people will catch their trick, and it's very important actually not to put your front foot straight back on, okay? We want to glide a little bit with that back foot on first before putting the front foot on. Otherwise it looks like a 2-foot catch, and a 2-foot catch sucks. We don't want a 2-foot catch, we want a 1-foot catch with that nice steezy front foot on. Ready? Watch this. So we're gonna go up, I'm gonna catch, hold, down. Okay, so as we hit the peak of our air, as I'm coming up with the tail whip, I catch and I grab. On the way down, just before I hit the ground, I'm gonna place that front foot back on. Now, I'm gonna do it one more time and give you guys a look at the foot placement. So I'm aiming to whip, catch on my legs down there on the Jeremy Merrin part. My foot is just gonna be touching the brake right there, just a little bit, and then I'm gonna put my front foot back in the middle of my torso or my head. Ready? So we're gonna go up, we're gonna catch on the brake right there, all right? And that's how we get that steeze, yeah? So back foot first, then front foot, and it works the opposite if you're doing it the other way too, which I'll demonstrate now. All right, so what do we do if we're a back foot flicker? I'm gonna show you right now because I can do it both ways. So back foot flickers usually just lift their front foot off and they flick off their back foot like this, but all the catching methods are exactly the same. Ready? So we're gonna go up, flick, straight back down. So I flicked off my back foot. The only difference is instead of passing it, we're actually flicking and catching with the same foot. So we're lifting, flick, catch, down. That's how you do a whip catch like that, yeah? Now, a quick demonstration of a front foot catch. This one looks really cool. A lot of people don't like it, but I actually like it. A lot of people do front foot catch for heel whips and stuff. and some overheads too. You got Jamie Hall and stuff doing front foot catch, but I'm going to show you how to do that now. So you're going to whip. So it is exactly the same process, but in reverse. So when I flick off that front foot, I'm going to let it pass around. I'm going to catch on my head and then put my back foot where it would go anyway. So I'm going to flick, catch, down. The same principles apply. Still split legs. We're still opening up our legs and we're catching just before it hits the ground, okay? Alrighty, so the last thing I want to talk about before this video ends off, right, is the speed of the trick. Okay, so as you start to get the flick better, you're going to be able to catch higher and higher, but the speed of the whip does matter. So I suggest whichever trick you're catching, whether it's a kickless, a freaking tail whip, triple whip, bri, buttercup, doesn't matter what it is, right? You have to get proficient at being able to flick the trick first before you can catch it, all right? So start off with the tail whip, do the no footer, move to the tail whip, then you can actually catch tricks like bar spins as well. Now, in the next video, what we're gonna talk about is how to do 2 combos, all right? So how to do a bar whip and a whip bar. So once you learn to catch your whip, I'm gonna teach you how to throw a bar spin in there. And once you learn how to catch your bar, I'm gonna teach you how to throw a tail whip in there, all catching it, right? So I'm just gonna demonstrate a quick bar spin catch before flicking off this video. So we're gonna do that right now, all right? Let's go. A lot of you guys are probably doing a bar spin and landing on the ground at the same time, right? The only thing that matters with a bar spin catch is being able to pull your legs up a little bit and do the bar spin really fast. Ready? So we're gonna go up. So that's what we call a bar spin catch, right? Instead of just landing like this. That was a half bar, but you get the point. We don't want our wheels and our trick landing at the same time. We want to be able to pass it really fast. So with the bar spin, just practice your motion over and under, just like that, passing around underneath. Once you get really fast at that, guys, you'll be able to do it real easy, all right? Alrighty, homies and homettes, that is gonna do me. If you think I missed anything in this video, it's very important that you drop a comment, right? If you have any other questions about this, please drop it down below and I'll answer them. I'll do a part 2 and I'll add everything in. Any single question you have, I'll be able to answer it in regards to catching your tricks. In one of the next videos, tutorial wise, I will do how to catch your air tricks. It's the same, but a little different. If you're that far along in your journey, I'll teach you how to do that as well. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got some value out of it, smash that thumbs up button and go grab some merch, dude. I'd love for you guys to join the army, but keep commenting. I love you all.